And we're talking about the shirts here. I think there's also the beanies included. So the beanies a more recent addition, or they were also
The
included.
beanies were a last minute thought that I had because I thought we could do them easily, and I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal.
Well, okay, no, to be fair, we have always done beanies in every band we've done, because when I initially had the idea of doing beanies in like bands, I would get like wholesale beanies, and we would go and like find like a patch or something, and like just I would hand stitch it. And then we had the idea of doing it like this but different. Actually, we tried embroidered first. That didn't work out.
Joe has an embroidery machine.
Because of course he does.
Because of course he does. I love, side tangent about Joe. Joe is the coolest person ever.
Yep.
Joe, you never know what he's gonna do. You never know what he's gonna buy. We had like a running joke where every week we would go and it would just walk in the door and be like, what did Joe buy this week? Because it'd be like a kayak or like literally the most random stuff. And I love it. It's so cool. Yep. But he has an embroidery machine. So he's been embroidering all the Chaintwist merch that we have. Joe is all done. Like Joe's done with his machine. So in my head, I'm like, oh, we can buy blank beanies. Joe can embroider them. It'll be fine. Like there's zero chance.
And it was not fine.
And it was never fine. If you ever in any facet of your life going, nothing can go wrong, guess what? It will, and it completely will.
Yeah.
So it's all like, yeah, we're good. So I have the beanies shipped to Joe's house. Just like, I got it, no problem. We digitize the file and everything. And he puts in our Discord. He's like, I don't know if this is going to work. Like, I'm stressed. So I'm like, okay. Like, so I call him. He's explaining to me like, well, we can do it one of two ways. One way it looks super professional, but like the needle's starting to like blow out, and I don't know if it's going to be able to handle it. It's not going to look good because I can't restart it. And the other way, it'll finish it, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look very sharp or whatever, and it's just stressing me out. And I'm like, well, first of all, don't worry about it. This isn't you. Like, this isn't your thing. This is a me and Josh problem. Like, you are doing literally us a favor by offering to do this like for free because you're our friend. So like, if this stretches you out,
pause.
We're done. Don't do it anymore. Like, I will take care of this. Relax. So it became, all right, well, we bought beanies. We have these. We have to use them somehow. Yeah. I'm just like, we'll do patches. I'll get patches. We can iron them on. It'll be fine. It can't be that hard. And it was not fine.
Yeah.
The getting the patches was easy. Like, because Joe had sent me, he's like, oh, this band I know, they just got patched, like embroidery done. Go to this guy. So Chris, Brass City, I think it is, Brass City Embroidery in Waterbury, did our patches. I got them super quick. Everything is great. I'm like, cool, I'm going to go iron them on. Not fine. I Google it because the internet has never lied to me.
Not once.
Not once has it lied.
Not even about Grand Canyon.
Not once has the internet proved me wrong or like steered me in the wrong direction. Abraham Lincoln said that. So I go and it says, all right, now put the parchment paper over it so you protect like the patch. I'm like, makes sense. Tracks, got it. And goes, hold the iron down and go in like a circle motion for 30 seconds. And I'm like, seems like a lot, but again, the internet is never wrong. So I'm circling and I'm counting to 30 Mississippi in my head. And I'm literally seeing like the knit beanie like absorb all the steam in the water and like warping.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's only been 28 seconds, dude.
I was like, it's got to be fine. It's probably fine. It's something that like once it dries, it'll like go back. No, didn't go back.
No, yeah.
The best part is though is that when he sent it to me and was like, yeah, I was supposed to hold it for 30 seconds. I was like, no, you're not. Not for beanies.
And I knew that. But the thing is, I Googled, how do I iron on knit beanies? And it said knit beanie, how to iron on. And I was like, thanks, WikiHow. Like, so I was like, okay, let me Google something else. This one didn't say circle. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just pressed and lifted it, and this was a white one, so there's like a burn mark that looks like the dude from Home Alone, like of just the iron on the beanie. So I was like,
that's not the worst fashion idea, is to make the Home Alone beanie.
So I was just like, I texted Josh, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I'm not gonna do this. So I had luckily already like had like an audible backup plan like lined up. I texted my friend Vig, who does like cosplay theater work, like all kinds of sewing and everything, costuming, like his head job's doing costume. They're great. And I was like, hey, what are the chances that like, if this goes south at any point, I want to do this, would I be able to use your sewing machine and like kind of help me out? And they're like, yeah, sounds good. So I texted them in a panic and I was like, I like sent a picture. I'm like, I can't do this. Remember that thing you said you would help me? Like, please. And they're like, yeah, no problem. How many do you have? And I'm like, I have this many. And they're like, yeah, give me like a week or whatever. So they were able to sew everything on, even with the iron on, because that was the first thing. They were like, I really wish you didn't get an iron on back. And I was like, well, I thought I could be an adult, but I can't.
That I feel like is a good segue though to also state that like, listen, persistence is our at this point is like our thing, but we are not void of realizing how lucky we are with some of the people around us. Like Joe has every photo essentially that's ever been done for any of our product photos or like model photos has been done by him. Vic, like very graciously
Help us
like
out.
did all the sewing for that. Ryan's friend Briley, who I've become like cool with, she was like repping this stuff like on her streams when she was like in Japan, like constantly like being like, hey, this isn't out yet, but it's coming out, and like bringing people to us. And she brought a lot of people towards us. Like we are very lucky, even though with all the dark cloud that has followed us and like trying to like get this planted and like grow. We are very lucky by the people around us. We both have families that are cool with us, like trying things and you know being like, throw it
being
against the wall, see if
about
it
it, and like,
sticks.
if that's what you're doing now, cool, like go for it. Yeah, it's technically me and Josh are like the faces of this, but we have like
A very good support system.
we've culminated like the team of like Blind Euphoria, which now involves you.
Yeah.
Which I guess I don't know how
It was
to
being
like,
a good
I was gonna
segue,
say I was
actually,
like I
yeah.
guess I don't know how to like naturally do this, but like this is
We wanted to give you some
Let's
stuff.
your
Oh.
stuff now because we
I'm
want
fly as hell.
you to be a part of this as well.
I feel like we should do one of those cool clap things where you clap and I'm just wearing all this stuff.
Yeah,
but I can't
like,
quite make
big
myself.
transition.
That,
Like,
that would actually
hell
be,
yeah.
that'd be a great
This is
TikTok
fire as
transition.
hell.
yeah. So yeah, we
Hell yeah.
we
Buy
have
a beanie,
huge
folks.
support system.
Please,
buy some stuff and
Buy stickers.
yeah,
Hell
sticker
yeah.
packs,
Stickers and a shirt.
T-shirt.
Hell yeah.
That's
Shirt
only half of
stuff.
the drop too. We just
Yeah,
want
so that's
Hell
one
yeah.
of the shirts.
That's fire as hell. I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear
Yeah.
that hard as a rock. I'm gonna wear that on Tuesday, and it's gonna be in the episode before this one. And just fuck up the whole timeline of the universe.
Yeah, it's
Hell
fine.
yeah,
If the
folks.
MCU could do it, we could do it. Like it's fine.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
What was my? I had a thought there, and then you fucking disrupted me by being so generous.
We
and
gave you
kind.
late Christmas and we ruined the podcast.
I hate how your kindness disrupts my thinking.
It's
pattern.
almost like we have a happiness, kindness clothing brand. See, it's not fake, people.